Namo Sakyanumi Buddha, Venerable Sankar, ladies and gentlemen, welcome all of our dear audience to the weekly news digest in English of THÁNG online TV channel. The highlight of our week's Newsreel include: Indian ambassador to Vietnam visited Vietnam Buddhist Center at its headquarters in Hanoi. The Center Board of Dharma Enactment Commission delegation attend the mass offering ceremony to pray the heavenly prayers in Yilan Country, Taipei Province, Taiwan. Pavarama ritual organized for approximately 800 ordained monks and nuns at the 3 months of fast. Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu solemn ceremony held to commemorate the Venerable Thích Tâm Châu. Vietnam Buddhist Center Provincial Board assists households affected by Typhoon No. 3 in Kiên Giang Province. Ceremony to eulogize the merit of ship relate the first most venerable Thích Phổ Tuệ. Ceremony to eulogize the merit of the ship relate the first most venerable Thích Phổ Tuệ. On the afternoon of August 8, 2019, this is July 8th by lunar year of the board. The representative of the Standing Committee of the Vietnam Buddhist Center and the Venerable Reverends, the nuns and monks, have been through the rains retreat, representing 18 lower schools from the capital, congregate to eulogize the ship relate, the third of Vietnam Buddhist Center on the occasion of the end of the rain retreat of the Buddha calendar year 2563, solar year 2019, at the lower school of Tô Đình Viên Minh in Rang Pagoda, Phú Xuyên District, Hanoi. Venerable Sankar, ladies and gentlemen, on the afternoon of August 5, 2019, Mr. Pranay Verma, the Indian ambassador to Vietnam, came to the central headquarters of the Vietnam Buddhist Center, 73 Windsor Street, to visit and greet the religious leaders of Vietnam Buddhist Center. Welcoming His Excellency Ambassador, there are Venerable Thích Thanh, Standing Vice Chairman of the Administration Council of Vietnam Buddhist Center, Venerable Thích Đức Thiện, Vice Chairman, Secretary General of Vietnam Buddhist Center, Head of the International Buddhist Section, and Venerable Reverends of the Center Vietnam Buddhist Center.
The ambassador has just arrived in Vietnam in his assigned mission. In the intimate communication, His Excellency Pranay Verma affirmed the friendship of the two countries with a long historical cooperation, especially the closely linked Buddhist relationship in Vietnamese Buddhism, Indian Buddhism. The ambassador always takes concerns about Vietnamese Buddhism. He admires the activities of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha. He fully understands the precious memories in affirming the friendship, including the existing Bodhi tree at Trong Quoc Temple. The tree was handed over by the Indian President, Prasad himself, to President Ho Chi Minh on March 21, 1959. Thus, 60 years have passed. Most Venerable Thích Thanh revealed that since the time of Uncle Ho Chi Minh was in his presidency, the governments of India and Vietnam have had very strong, sustainable cooperation and mutual support. Many monks and nuns study in India, benefited from the Indian granted scholarships. Every year, many Vietnamese Buddhist monks and nuns regularly return and visit the homeland of the Buddha. And recently, on September 3, 2016, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited Quang Pagoda, Hanoi, in response to the invitation of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha. The ambassador hopes that in his office term in Vietnam, it is expected to combine and interact frequently with Vietnamese Buddhism in many fields and activities.
Venerable Sankar, ladies and gentlemen, on the morning of August 4, 2019, the delegation of Center Board of Dharma Enactment Commission attended the mass offering ceremony to pray the heavenly priest at the invitation of Venerable Tịnh Diệu, Chairman of Buddhist Association of Taiwan.
Attending the conference, there are Sangha with Venerable Thích Bảo Nghiêm, Vice Chairman of the Administration Council, Head of the Central Board of Dharma Enactment Commission, Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, Venerable Thích Huệ Phước, Deputy Chairman of the Dharma Enactment Commission and Head of the Overseas Buddhist Guide Order, Venerable Thích Hồng Nghĩa, member of Overseas Buddhist Guide Author, Venerable Thích Nữ Minh Đạt, member of the Dharma Enactment Commission Vietnam Buddhist Sangha of Thừa Thiên Huế Province, and the monks and nuns of the Dharma Enactment Commission Vietnam Buddhist Sangha. The conference was so delighted to welcome Her Excellency President Tsai Ing-wen, the Vice President, Mayor of Yilang City, and members of the Legislative Council and government members to attend. The President solemnly offered incense and flowers to worship Buddha and gave a congratulatory speech to the Venerable Elders and the Venerable Monks and Nuns and the attenders in the conference. The President cherishes that the Buddhist community would promote the spirit of harmony to preserve moral precepts for all people. At the end of the speech, Her Excellency President called on the people to try to preserve the tradition of paying gratitude to parents and tribute ancestors and upholding the three truths as taught by the Buddha. Previously, the delegation from the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha had better visit and deliver the Dharma enactment preaching in Taiwan. Especially, the delegation attended the Ulambrana ritual by Buddha calendar year 2563, which had been held solemnly at Sinh Hong Park in New Taipei City.
Venerable Sangha, ladies and gentlemen, at the invitation of the Vietnam Buddhist Society in the UK, on the morning of August 4, 2019, Venerable Thích TUад N, standing member of Administration Council, Deputy Head of the International Buddhist Board, Vice Chairman of the Buddhist Sangha, Vice Rector of Vietnam Buddhist Academy in Ho Chi Minh City, corroborated the Ulambrana Great Festival of Buddha calendar year 2563, guided the meditation and preached to the Vietnam Buddhist monk in London, UK, with the theme Gratitude to Parents in the Sutta Pitaka Hinayana.
The Vietnam Buddhist Society in the United Kingdom was established in 2013. So far, the society has organized many study programs for fellow Buddhists who are living and working in London. This year, Buddhist monks and Buddhist followers routinely organize the Ulabana ceremony as a unique culture of Buddhism and partly to remind the younger generations of descendants to remember the kindness of parents and pay gratitude to them. In addition, Venerable Thích TUad N also instructed the Buddhists to take the time to practice and maintain the Buddha Dharma in the United Kingdom, preserving the Vietnamese cultural tradition. When you drink water, think of its source. On this occasion, the Venerable Master, on behalf of the Buddhist monks and nuns of Vietnam, prayed for peace to all Buddhists and their families. The ceremony and the sermon took place in the atmosphere of joy, lots of Buddhist emotions and love.
Venerable Sangha, ladies and gentlemen, on August 7, 2018, July 7th lunar year of the Board, at Campus 2 of Vietnam Buddhist Academy, the Pavarana ritual ceremony was organized for nearly 800 monks and nuns who has been summoned for the last 3 months of the summer at the Academy. As is reported, Buddhist practitioners in the retreat are Venerable Master of the Executive Council, the monastery administrators, and the monks and nuns who are studying at the Vietnam Buddhist Academy in Ho Chi Minh City.
In the witness of the Pavarana ritual ceremony, there were, among others, Venerable Thích TUad N, Deputy Dharma Master and the Judge of the Administration Council, Rector of Vietnam Buddhist Studies Academy in Ho Chi Minh City, Van Thích Giác Toàn, Vice Chairman of the Administration Council, Standing Deputy Head of the Academy, and the Reverend members of the Executive Board of the Academy. According to the Buddhist precepts, the Pavarana ritual of the Great Monks has to be performed in holy worship hall where the practitioners are in harmony and purity. Only those who are sufficiently ordained to bhikkhu monks are allowed to attend. The nuns and lay people must live away from the eternal world where the monks are in the karma. Also, according to the tradition, after being ordained, the representatives of the Buddhist practitioners are invited to attend the retreat from the Sangha in the holy worship home, then return to the lower pagoda for running the Bhavarana ceremony. Whether the Dharma flourishes as the not, it depends on the Sangha's peaceful will and pure action, which is also the core of the Buddhist Sangha organization over the past 2,500 years.
Venerable Senko, ladies and gentlemen, on the evening of August 4, 2019, on the 4th of July of lunar year, the Reverend monks and nuns of lower school in Phojua Pagoda held a Ulamana festival to commemorate and show gratitude to grandparents, parents, and ancestors during the Ulamana season by Buddha calendar year 2563, solar year 2019, for 250 female perpetrators in their imprisonment for reforming at Xuân Nguyễn jails, Lai Xuân Communes, Thủy Nguyễn District, Hải Phòng City.
In the witness of the demonstrated ceremony, there was the presence of Venerable Thích Thanh Giác, member of the Standing Committee, Deputy Chief of the Standing Committee of the Buddhist Sangha, Deputy Head of the Standing Committee of the Vietnamese Buddhist Sangha, Hải Phòng City, and the hermits in Lower School Base No. 1, the Abbot of Pho Chu Pagoda, Colonel Liu Wang Hoa, Chief Superintendent at Xuân Nguyễn Jail, Hương Từ Bi, Essence of Forgiveness, Charity Club representative, and approximately 250 female perpetrator under the sentence at Xuân Nguyễn Jail. Wishing to awake the Buddhist fondness to encourage the inmates who are imprisoned and reform at Xuân Nguyễn prison, the Reverend monks and nuns held at the Ulabana Philia Piety Festival to wish that the prisoners would love their parents, their children more, thereby trying to improve themselves well to quickly integrate with the community, return to their loving family.
Venerable Senko, ladies and gentlemen, on the morning of August 7, 2019, at TUàng Pagoda, Vũng Tàu City, Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu Province, solemnly held a memorial ceremony for the Most Venerable Thích Tam Châu, 1921-2015, former chairman of the Inter-Committee of Buddhism Protection, the home of the TUàng family Canada, and the Ulamana filial piety ceremony by Buddha calendar year 2563, solar calendar 2019.
In the witness of the ritual ceremony, among the attendants, there was the presence of Venerable Thích TIòng, Ven Thích Đức Nghiệp, Vice Dharma Master of the Council of Patrons of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, Venerable Thích Như Tính, a member of the Council of Patrons, the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, Venerable Thích Thiện Nhân, Chairman of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, Venerable Thích Thiện Pháp, Standing Vice Chairman of the Administration Council, Head of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, along with the Venerable Reverends of the Standing Committee of the Administration Council, Reverends of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu Province, the religious sect of the Vĩnh Nghiêm, and numerous Buddhist followers and lay persons. In the solar atmosphere, in the smolder and incense meat, the religious monks and nuns, the reverends gave offerings of incense in gratitude, commemorating the late Venerable Thích Tam Châu for his devotion and virtue devoted to the Dharma.
Venerable Senko, ladies and gentlemen, on the afternoon of August 4, 2019, on the 4th of July of lunar year of the Board, the delegation of the Administration Board of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha in Kiên Giang Province, led by Venerable Thích Minh Nhẫn, paid a visit to encourage and support households in Vân Khánh and Vân Khánh Tây communes, An Minh District of Kiên Giang Province, who have suffered heavy loss by the Typhoon No. 3.
Due to the Typhoon No. 3 in two communes of Vân Khánh and Vân Khánh Tây, strong thunderstorms destroyed dozens of houses, and the properties and personal belongings were washed away to the sea. The thunderstorm also damaged and blew off the roof of 126 houses. Many people became homeless and impoverished. Upon receiving information about the damage caused by thunderstorm and typhoon, Venerable Thích Minh Nhẫn, on behalf of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha Provincial Board of Kiên Giang Province, called on the Buddhists, benefactors, and sponsors to share the difficulties, support people to overcome consequences of natural disasters. In the afternoon of the same day, the delegation visited and exhilarated the people. The Most Venerable said that the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha Provincial Board of Dien Bien Province will continue to mobilize resources from benefactors and donors to help people rebuild their houses so that they would soon have a stable place for dwelling.
Venerable Senko, ladies and gentlemen, the last news has signed up this weekly newsreel. Thank you for your attention and following. Wish you all a new week with much happiness. Goodbye and see you in next program on Phật Online TV channel again. Namo Sakyamuni Buddha.